Hello dear students, I prepared this video especially for the students of class 12 who are appearing in the board examination, and I included all the poetic devices from all the poems from your book Flamingo. And first poem in your book Flamingo is My Mother at 66, composed by Kamala Das. And the theme of the poem is aging, which is the law of nature. It also depicts the helplessness and aspirations of the young generation. And here point number one, rhyme scheme. So the poet does not use any identifiable rhyme scheme in this poem. It is a blank verse. Okay, and first poetic device is simile. A simile is a figure of speech that is mainly used to compare two or more things that possess a similar quality. It uses words such as like or as to make the comparison. Okay, like moon, as bright as diamond, plays like Virat Kohli. Okay, an example. Her face asken like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon. So here, face of grandmother is compared with that of a corpse means dead body. And next poetic device is personification. Personification in Hindi it is called Manikuran Alankar, and this rhetorical device is used to bestow human qualities on something that is not human. Example, and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. So here trees are personified. पेड़ों का जो है मानवीकरण किया गया. Trees are sprinting. Next, metaphor. Metaphor means रूपक, slightly different with that of simile. Simile means upama, and metaphor means रूपक. An expression that describe a person or an object by referring to something that is considered to have similar characteristics to that person or object. Unlike simile, metaphor does not use words as or like. It means if we compare one object with another without using as or like, that is metaphor. Example, trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. Next, poetic device is repetition. And this rhetorical device is used when a word or phrase is repeated. Example, all I did was smile and smile and smile. Last line of this poem, My Mother at 66. So the word smile is repeated 3 times. That's why it is repetition. Contrast, the dodging mother is contrasted with young sprinting trees and merry children. Okay, there is contrast. Inside the car, mother is sitting beside the poet, and she is unhappy, disappointed, frustrated, dodging. Okay, and unlike the mother, outside the car, children are playing and they are happy, they are enjoying, making merry. And next, second poem in this book is Keeping Quiet, composed by Pablo Neruda. Keeping Quiet poem is written in three verse and hence has no rhyme scheme. So you can note down this point. There is no rhyme scheme in this poem. And theme of the poem is self-introspection. Self-introspection for peace. Silence is necessary for self-introspection and to foster a feeling of mutual understanding among fellow beings. Okay, in one word we can say that theme of the poem is peace, understanding, and fraternity or brotherhood, and non-violence. So transferred epithet, poetic device that is used in this poem. A transferred epithet, epithet means adjective, is a figure of speech where an adjective or epithet describing a describing a noun is transferred from the noun it is meant to be described to another noun in the sentence. मीनिंग है कि जो एडजेक्टिव है वो एक्चुअल में जिस नाउन के साथ यूज होना चाहिए उसके साथ ना होकर उसको ट्रांसफर कर दिया जाता है. जैसे कोल्ड सी, coldness actually the feeling that felt by human beings. Okay, so cold here is used with C, cold C, and that's why it is transferred epithet. Alliteration, that is a repetition of sound or letters. Anupras alankar. Alliteration is a repetition of usually initial consonant sounds, and there are 24 consonant sounds, 20 vowel sounds, and total sounds in English are 44. So consonant sounds in two or more neighboring words or syllables. We will repetition of W. Verse with repetition of W. His hurt hands, repetition of H. Sudden strangeness, repetition of S. Clean clothes, repetition of C. So single repetition of S. And anaphora actually is also a poetic device, and it is the repetition of a word or sequence of words at the beginning of successive clauses, phrases, or sentence. Let's speak, let's stop. दो और तीन या more than three लाइन में जब सेम वर्ड अगर रिपीट हो रहा है तो दैट इज एनापोरा, एंड हियर लेटर let is repeated. And pun, a pun is a figure of speech that includes a play of words that have more than one meaning or those that sound alike. Means it is actually a play of words, single word having more than one meaning. And arm, actually arm is weapons, weapons, hathiyar, and arm is hands. So single word, double meaning. That is one. Irony, irony is a literary device that is used to express an intended meaning by using language that conveys the opposite meaning when taken literally. Victory without any survivors. So this is irony. Okay, uh, means there is nobody who survived, then there is no use of victory. And symbolism, symbolism is use of symbols. Symbolism is the use of symbols to signify ideas and qualities by giving them symbolic meanings that are different from their literary sense. Example count to 12. Fisherman and whale, green wars. All these are symbols. Green war actually a symbol of green war means not the green. Green war means war in which poisonous gases are used, and those gases, use of those gases are harmful to environment or uh, trees or plantation. And fishermen and whales. Fisherman actually symbolizes rich man, and whale जो अमीर आदमी का जो मीन्स जिसका शोषण करता है उसको सिंबलाइज करती है. And the next, enjambment, it is a poetic term for the continuation of a sentence or phrase from one line of poetry to the next. And enjambed line typically lacks punctuation at its line break, so the reader is carried smoothly and swiftly without interruption to the next line of the poem. इसका मीनिंग ये हुआ कि जब पोएट जो है बिना किसी यूज ऑफ पंक्चुएशन मार्क, मिस, कॉमा और फुल स्टॉप के जब पोएम को आगे बढ़ा देता है, that is called enjambments. And we would all be together in a sudden strangeness. There is no use of comma or any punctuation mark. That is enjambment. And the next poem is A Think of Beauty, composed by John Keats. And the theme of the poem is enduring and uplifting power of beauty. And kids expresses that beautiful things, whether nature or art, provide lasting joy. Lasting joy means joy forever and comfort. And uh, here, two poetic devices are used. First one is antithesis, that is pairs pair of words exactly opposite or contrasting ideas. And oxymoron combines contradictory words with opposing meanings. Okay, so these are the poetic devices used in this poem, A Think of Beauty. First one is alliteration and the noble nature, cooling covert are some examples of alliteration. Metaphor, Tapal, dark spirits, endless fountain of immortal drink, and reading a flower band. These are examples of metaphor. Transferred epithet, unhealthy and our darkened ways. Ways means track or a road cannot be unhealthy. So it is transferred epithet. And gloomy days. Days cannot be gloomy. Gloomy actually is an adjective that is used with human being. So this is also transferred epithet. Personification, shape of beauty. Beauty is personified here in this poem. And antithesis means when two opposite words are used together, old and young, is an example of antithesis. Anaphora, we have already discussed anaphora of noble natures of the unhealthy. And imagery, again, a flower band to bind us, daffodils in green worlds, they live in clear reels, grandeur of dooms, endless fountain of eternal drinks. Actually, all these are imagination, figment of the poet's mind. Daffodils, a kind of yellow flower in green world they live in. Clear reels, reels actually small rivers और streams. तो इन सभी का जो है यहाँ पर इमेजिनेशन किया गया है. That's why जो पोएटिक डिवाइस है बनता है that is imaginary. Oxymoron, mighty dead. जब two opposite ideas are put together, mighty means powerful and dead means one who died. So dead cannot be mighty. Okay, so that's why it is good example of oxymoron, and it is very important for exam purpose. And the next, A Roadside Stand, composed by Robert Frost. The poem A Roadside Stand has 56 lines in total that follows the rhyme scheme of ABAB. It is important, you should note it. Rhyme scheme in the poem is ABAB, and there are total lines are 56. Metaphor, trusting sorrow. Illustration, pathetical plead, greedy good doers, beneficent beast. And personification, a roadside stand that too pathetically plead. So a roadside stand actually is personified here in this poem. And last one is oxymoron, greedy good doers. Greedy and good doers, both the terms are opposite in meaning, so that's why it is oxymoron. And beneficent beast is also a good example of oxymoron. And Jennifer's Tiger, composed by Andrini Rich, and the poem and Jennifer's Tigers by Andrini Rich explores means find out themes of gender roles, oppression means social, and the desire for freedom, and dominating nature of modern society. And hyperbole is a rhetorical and literary technique where an author or speaker intentionally uses exaggeration and overstatement for emphasis and effort. Transfer epithet, terrible hands. Okay, hands cannot be terrible. Terrible actually adjective that is used with human being. हाथ जो है वो टेरिबल नहीं हो सकते, आदमी टेरिबल होता है. Okay, so terrible hands, transfer epithet. Hyperbole, exaggeration, अतिशयोक्तिपूर्ण अलंकार. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band, it is use of hyperbole. And pun means Rinsed, we have already discussed this poetic device. Pun means a single word possesses double meaning. So ring means surrounding, and ring means that a ring that we wear in our fingers, anguti. And symbols means symbolism, and women raised under the tyrannical hand of patriarchal society, and tigers and desire and dreams. Okay, these are symbols. And Jennifer symbolizes women raised under the tyrannical hands of patriarchal society, means men dominating society. And tigers actually symbolizes and Jennifer's desire and dreams. And wedding band symbolizes patriarchal male domination or male dominating society, and uncle symbolizes the oppressor, one who torture. So thank you for your patience. Best of luck, and I hope you will learn all these poetic devices. All the poetic devices are important for your exam purpose. Once again, best of luck.